Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Kodash. Double honors and respect to the elders and to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to all Akim that are preaching and teaching this word with 100% truth and sincerity, and unto the men, women, and children that are listening and learning, and unto the Ba'ath Dawadah, the elect house of David, that is scattered abroad, I give you my utmost and sincere salutations. Excuse me. So, this lesson, through the Spirit, it's brought me towards the topic of cannibalism. As a matter of fact, let me get the, there was a video by, let me see here. Salakia, let me get to So, going into cannibalism, of course, we all know that's, somebody eating another person. But there's a video here I wanted to get. Gosh, where is it at? Let's see here. Yeah, here we are, right here. So, yeah. Hope I can find it. Hold on, let me search it real fast. See, give me a second real quick. Here we go, right here. Elder, this is Elder Amalon Gabar of GMS Awakening. Now, I'm going to watch this real fast because this right here.
So basically, we've got a new brand called Shoe Meat. Thank you. He's a cannibal, don't worry about him. No worries, bro.
I want to taste.
You want to eat human beings?
Yeah. Help me.
No,
Okay, who is this? Who am I eating?
This was actually, this was Bob.
Bob the Builder. Can't we fix it?
Well, anyone wants to eat it.
Human no.
Let me try to cut it for you.
It's not human meat, is it?
Read the pamphlet before you take stuff.
Yeah, I'll try some. I'll try some. Yes, we can. Is that what it is? No, it's not. Oh, no.
He is a full-on cannibal. Have a look at this. Bob is really good. Thanks, Bob. That must be his calf. Or his thigh, I reckon. You eat non-human animals?
Yeah.
Pigs are basically like a human.
Oh, bro, but there's just the line, bro.
They're like little intelligent, childlike beings that don't want to die. But these humans, they're given consent. And if God didn't want us to eat humans, why did he make them out of meat?
Go on, it's funny.
It was amazing there. I'll try some. But do you eat animals? Like pigs and cows and chickens? Like, so it's more ethical, like, to eat someone who wanted to be eaten.
People aren't raised like that, so it's going to be hard for you to get people over the line, but one day they will.
Yeah.
soil used to be a cow, not a human, but it's a very safe process.
Cairo 7 goes in depth on this eco-friendly menu. It is called Recompose, the first business of its kind, and it's set to open in Seattle in 2021.
The human composting company is taking shape in Soto.
Yeah.
So just to give you guys an update on why I'm here, the flight got can't flying home to see my girls, so I got
Let me turn this off.
stay.
But anyway, yeah, human meat. So, so going into cannibalism here. Of course, read a little bit here and then we get some scriptures. Okay, this is cannibalism is the act of consuming another individual of the same species as food. Cannibalism is a common ecological interaction in the animal kingdom and has been recorded in more than 1,500 species. Human cannibalism is well documented both in ancient and recent times. Now, the rate of cannibalism increases in nutritionally poor environments as individuals turn to members of their own species as an additional food source. Cannibalism regulates population numbers, whereby resources such as food, shelter, and territory become more readily available with the decrease of potential competition. Although it may benefit the individual, it has been shown that the presence of cannibalism decreases the expected survival rate of the whole population and increases the risk of consuming a relative. Other negative effects may include the increased risk of pathogen transmission as the encounter rate of hosts increases. Cannibalism, however, does not, as once believed, occur only as a result of extreme food shortage or of artificial unnatural conditions, but may also occur under natural conditions in a variety of species. Okay, now I'm not going to read a whole bunch of this, but okay, so let's see here. And benefits. There's no benefits to eating another individual. It says in environments where food availability is constrained, individuals can receive extra nutrition and energy if they use members of their own species, also known as conspecifics, as an additional food source. This would in turn increase the survival rate of the cannibal and thus provide an evolutionary advantage in environments where food is scarce. Evolutionary advantage. Sounds like more of Esau Edom's bullshit. For example, female Fletcher frogs lay their... Well, like I said, I'm not going to read too much of this, but... let's see... Cannibalism regulates population numbers as it benefits the cannibalistic individual and his kin as resources such as extra shelter, territory, and food are freed, thereby increasing the fitness of the cannibal. Ridiculous. But, now let's look at this. Diseases transmitted through cannibalism. Let's see. Cannibalism can potentially reduce the prevalence of parasites in the population by decreasing the number of susceptible hosts and indirectly killing the parasite in the host. It has been shown in some studies that the risk of encountering an infected victim increases when there is a higher cannibalism rate, though the risk drops as the number of available hosts decreases. However, this is only the case if the risk of disease transmission is low. Cannibalism is an ineffective method of disease spread, as cannibalism in the animal kingdom is normally a one-on-one interaction, and the spread of disease requires group cannibalism. Thereby, it is rare for a disease to have evolved to rely solely on cannibalism to spread. Usually there are different means of transmission, such as with direct contact, maternal transmission, coprophagy, which is consumption of feces, so disgusting, and necrophagy, which is of course consuming carcasses with different species. Infected individuals are more likely to be consumed than non-infected individuals. Thus, some research has suggested that the spread of disease may be a limiting factor to the prevalence of cannibalism in population. So, you know, this is going to be one of the judgments that the Lord is going to bring when that famine hits. And also, like I just said, you can get diseases, infections, and viruses from eating other people that may be sick or have something. Right? Even if they're healthy, you can still get something because we're not supposed to eat flesh or consume blood. Okay? Sexual cannibalism. No, I'm not. But anyway, there's also a movie. Actually, there's two movies. One's called The Cannibal Holocaust, which is let me get it real quick here, because The Cannibal Holocaust, that movie there, I've seen that movie, and all I gotta say is that movie is extremely basically it stars an anthropologist who leads a rescue team into the Amazon rainforest to locate a crew of filmmakers that have gone missing while filming. Yeah, because they were eaten. And in the Amazon, in South America in general, there were there were our people, of course, Israelites, of course, falling into their own heathen, falling under the Aztecs, the Incas, the Mayans, and those of the indigenous natives of the Caribbean islands. You said if you do a little bit of more research, talks about how some of them did practice cannibalism as a means of gaining their enemy's strength and prolonging their own life. That's that old that's that idolatry and leaning upon your own understanding and abominable acts. That's among the northern kingdom. I mean, the southern kingdom has delved into that too, but it's we've all done the deed. So, but I'm gonna get, and there's also another movie that's similar to this one, but it's not as graphic. This movie here, Cannibal Holocaust, is graphic because not only do they show scenes of people getting cut to pieces, skinned, and eaten, but they also show scenes of women getting ravished, and it's pretty gruesome. Kind of another movie is called The Green Inferno, and that movie is very similar to this one, where a group of activists, they go into the Amazon to try and save the wildlife and the jungle and all that, but they come across a tribe of cannibals, and it didn't end well for them. So yeah, The Cannibal Holocaust and The Green Inferno, two movies you should check out. And like I said, this is, yep. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the scripts here. In fact, I'm gonna start off with I'm gonna start off with the book of Amos. It's gonna be chapter Amos chapter 8 and verse 11. And it says, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, that I will send a famine in the land. Not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord." Okay? So yes, I brought this scripture up because not only is there going to be just a famine of, food, water and resources, but, famine of hearing this word, because, what are you going to do and who are you going to look to when you go into these supermarkets and there's no product on the shelves, and if there is, there's hardly any there. But if there's any product that's scarce, that product's price is going to go sky high because of hyperinflation. So what the hell are you going to do in that time? You're going to be wanting answers as to why is this happening, what's going on, why is everything so expensive, why is there little to nothing on the shelves in these stores. And that's what people are going to be scrapping for the death for food. Okay, I'm going to get it's going to be Isaiah chapter 49, verse 20. Let's see here. Verse 26. Isaiah 49 and 26. And I will feed them that oppress thee with their own flesh, and they shall be drunken with their own blood, as with sweet wine, and all flesh shall know that I, the Lord, am thy Savior and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob. Okay? So he's going to make the oppressors cannibalize each other. And think about that. They're going to be eating each other. Esau, Edom, his people are going to not just be killing each other, ravishing one another, taking from their neighbors, but they're going to also be eating each other for the lack of bread, lack of food. Okay, this is going to be Isaiah chapter 9, starting at verse 19. And it says, through the wrath of the Lord of hosts is the land darkened, and the people shall be as the fuel of the fire. No man shall spare his brother. 20. And he shall snatch on the right hand and be hungry, and he shall eat on the left hand, and they shall not be satisfied. They shall eat every man the flesh of his own arm. So you look to the right, look to the left. Everywhere he go, he's going to take, and he's not going to be satisfied. He's just going to keep taking and taking and taking for himself in that time. And when they say eating the flesh of his own arm, meaning that he's going to even eat his own children. Hold on, Salakia. I had to close the window. I don't know why those roosters, I just can't stand the sound of them roosters that making that damn noise at this time in the morning. But anyway, the flesh of his own arm, which means he's gonna eat his own children. Yeah. And you're gonna see that. You're gonna see parents that are going to devour their own children. I want you to just think about that. Parents that are going to devour their own children. Not just grown-ups eating other grown-ups, but eating children. Hell, even babies. We get excuse me. This is Jeremiah chapter 19. I'm going to start at Jeremiah 19. I'm going to start at 7. actually no, sorry, verse 9. And it says, and I will cause them to eat the flesh of their own sons, and the flesh of their daughters. And they shall eat every one the flesh of his friend in the siege, and straightness, wherewith the enemies and they that seek their lives shall straighten them. Okay? So when you look at the word siege, it's talking about a confinement to close in. Because remember, Trump, with him, if he gets elected, his ultimate goal, the spirit, if we've been paying attention, having all these immigrants come in, he's not going. It's not about who. He's not trying to keep people from coming in, or he's not Slovakia. What he's trying to do is, America is not trying to, oh gosh, I just had it in my head. He's trying to keep you from leaving, okay? Because America is nothing but a big prison. So he can keep track of everybody. And how is he going to do that? Through that MOTB, the CHIP, okay? So during that siege, when martial law kicks in, civil war and all that, and they come in with that solution, people are going to be in dire straits, that time of difficulty. They're going to be the ones controlling all the food, water, and resources, and they're going to make you decide if you want to live a normal life again. You're going to have to take that CHIP, the MOTB, and if you don't take it, you're just an outcast from society. Okay. All right, I'm gonna get 2nd Esdras. Second Esdras chapter 15, verse 58, and it says, "They that be in the mountains shall die of hunger, and eat their own flesh, and drink their own blood, for very hunger of bread and thirst for water." God, let me see something here. Let's see. Let me see. But yeah, the they that be in the mountains. So, the caves and all that, trying to hide in their bunkers, they shall die of hunger, and eat their own flesh and drink their own blood. Because the Lord is more than likely going to have it to where people are going to find those bunkers and just start taking everything out of there. And whoever's down there, they're gonna get killed, have all their stuff taken. That's why we don't put our faith in the system, nor do we make provision for the flesh, because that's not gonna save us. Okay, the only thing that's gonna save us is Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. Lord willing, will be of that number, and we keep our faith to the end. And this is gonna be Revelation chapter 19, verse 18, and it says, "That ye may eat the flesh of kings and the flesh of captains." In fact, hold on, let me see something here. Let's see, Slakia, I'm going to start up at verse 17. Revelation 19:17, "And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, Come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great power." Verse 18, "That ye may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and of them that sit on them." and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great. So, you know, for those that, you know, that are mockers and scoffers, this is going to be, you know, your latter end. You know, your body just lying in this desolate, soon to be desolate wilderness, just being, you know, eaten by the birds. That's what your carcasses are going to be. Just food for the birds, and or any other animal. As well as the kings, the people in rulership, the government, the government, the presidents, the emperors, the governors, the politicians, so on and so forth. Nothing but waste in a desolate wasteland. Just leftovers for the, like I said, for the birds. And also, I'm gonna get this was during the time when this was the time during when Jerusalem had fallen. Okay. Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 10. And it says, the hands of the pitiful woman have sodden their own children. They were their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people. Okay? So, even these women, these single moms that have multiple fathers, but, you know, have kids by multiple dads, you know, even they're going to kill and eat their own kids. So, you know, I hope that you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians take this, you know, seriously, because, you know, you know, when you start seeing that, once that shortage really kicks in and reality sets in, there's not gonna, excuse me, I'm just getting a little tired. You know, in that time, you know, you're gonna be, you know, you're gonna be scared, and you're gonna wish you had listened, because, you know, as the saying goes, you know, there's nothing more dangerous than a person that is hungry. Okay? There really isn't. And, you know, just roughly paraphrasing, you know, for us, you know, that you know, that have the faith, the knowledge, wisdom, understanding, you know, roughly paraphrasing, man shall not live by bread alone, but by the word. And, you know, Lord willing, that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua keeps us, you know, sustained in that day. I mean, we're going to go through some things of our own, but, you know, Lord willing, that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is dealing with us, and that, you know, he sees to it that we make it through this. As long as we keep our faith, you know, and persevere, because we're, right now, we're just in the beginning stages of the hard times. This is nothing. Okay, people can still manage to afford somewhat, but, you know, it won't be for long until they won't be able to be able to afford anything. So with that, I hope that this was an edifying lesson, and Salakia, and you can look something up as well. The pre-Columbian. Salakia, I'm just getting it real fast. You can look up the cannibalism in pre-Columbian America, and like I said, this is near universal agreement that some Mesoamericans practice human sacrifice and cannibalism, but there's no scholarly consensus as to its extent. But anyway, you know, the Aztec cannibalism going into, you know, Issachar, the so-called Mexicans. You can read all this for yourself, and you know, this is mainly, you know, the Aztecs, the Mayans, and the Incas, and the other indigenous natives of the Caribbeans and some parts of North America. They did practice, you know, these sacrifices and cannibalism. Okay, but yeah, that was pretty much it. You know, I just wanted to, you know, it was on my spirit to get this lesson out. Salakia for that. But daggum thing. But other than that, you know, this is yeah, Salakia for that other page. But other than that, you know, what's coming? You know, really, you got, you know, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians. You know, you better take this to heart, because, you know, Yahweh Shemel Shai is not playing games. So with that, I'd like to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh Shemel Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Alright, double honors and respect to the elders and to the apostles of the great millstone. We give peace and blessing to all Akim that are preaching and teaching this word with 100% truth and sincerity, and unto the men, women, and children that are listening and learning, and unto the Ba'ath, the Devadah, the elect house of David that is scattered abroad. I give you my utmost and sincere salutations. Alright, I'll see you on the next lesson, Lord willing. Kwam Yasharala, Shalom, Barakatah.